What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be taking a look at all the news today around Lunar Classic and Terra 2.0. Was there some whale manipulation? Was it deliberate? And are Terraform knobs behind it? Well, I'm going to give you my thoughts and give you a view of what I think. But first, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, also do me a favor, hit the like button and let's dive into this one. So we saw today almost a bit of a strange pattern in the world of the Terra ecosystem. I'm going to use that for both tokens. So we saw Terra 2.0, which we know is the Daquan fork of the original, absolutely pump. At one point, this was 260% up, and then Terra Lunar Classic at pretty much exactly the same time did take a big dump. We did see, I think it was about $40 million in liquidations on Lunar Classic out of Binance over the course of about a 2-hour period. Now, what it did is it gave us an opportunity to buy in, but equally what it did also do is make people quite scared. So if we take a look at the chart, we can see here this insane 11 o'clock, we saw this massive run up on Lunar 2.0, and then equally it continued then for the next 4 hours. Now we are seeing that sell off right now. It did hit, I think, about $7 on here. Like I said, 433,000 Lunar 2 tokens going through. You can see it's a significant step on, nearly 5 times the usual volume going through, up 161%, which is absolutely crazy if you think about it for a 24-hour period. And then in absolute stark contrast, we saw the same across Lunar Classic. Now, what we did say, and what's encouraging for me, was this kind of desire to try and buy the dip back up. And I think that's a really healthy thing. Now, we did obviously touch down here at the 36 range, and we have continued to kind of drop down 20% over the course of the last 24 hours. Now, here's the thing. We are significantly up if you scroll out from where we were. Remember, I only remember a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about 401 and we were trending sideways, and we've had a huge run up, over 10x up to the point where we are. So there's a couple of things in here. One is this manipulation? Now, we know that Daquan is very much in with the centralized exchanges, and it's interesting that we've seen the centralized exchanges adopting the 1.2% burn, and if anything, it's probably a way of slowing the market. This even could be a way of just waiting to get that volume coming back through with the burn tax, because I think everybody that's invested in Lunar Classic wants to see the volume come through when we are taxing it. Now, there is lots of variance in terms of tax and lots of views in terms of taxing, but we also know there has been some movement on the Binance hot wallet, both in and out of that, and we can check that just on here. And again, all of this is conspiracy. None of it is at this moment being able to be proven unless you go and fully track everything on the blockchain. But what we do know is that we've seen funds being moved in and moved out. You can see here that we moved out and then they all got moved back in. So there's definitely kind of something, without putting my tinfoil hat on and starting to really question everything that's going on. But the point being, we are seeing some sell-offs continually. But if you look at money flow is still really healthy. Yes, we saw this aggressive sell-off when we saw Terra 2.0, which again could be large financial institutional money. I don't think it's retail, because retailers and retail investors are waiting for the 1.2% burn tax, and we know we are counting down the days. We're now only 11, maybe 11 and a half days until we see that implemented on the network. Then we see it roll out across some of the exchanges as well. So the way I look at it, again, volume is volume. And I think at the moment, a lot of people are looking at Lunar Classic and trying to understand whether it's the right time to get in, whether it's the right time to sell. I'll tell you what I'm doing personally, I'm holding. I think if anything of this movement, it was an attempt to either get a better position in terms of Lunar Classic, and equally, it's an attempt to kind of push the Lunar 2. And you can just have to see right now, Lunar 2 is coming down. Now, will it come all the way back down to this kind of $1.97 $2 mark? I'm not sure, but we can say that Lunar is coming down. Lunar Classic is trying to break back up. You know, we're nearly at the 4.2s again. RSI is trending on the way upwards. And again, we've been in this overbought position for quite a length of time. Again, you can see the Bitcoin liquidations, excuse me, the Lunar Classic liquidations on here. You can see this massive 43.92 million out of Lunar Classic on Binance, and then across some of the other ones. So total, we did see 278 million worth of shorts, only 74 million long. So it was always going to happen, this rather big sell-off for Lunar Classic. And then, like I said, we looked at the Binance wallet, so we can kind of see that there is some movement on it, but ultimately long term, I think it's still a great play. I think there's lots to come, and we are going to see this kind of up and down movement with Lunar Classic. If you look at some of the stats, let's say Lunar Classics, we cover that mostly. We see volume is down. We see market capitalization still at 2.5 billion. I think some people are forgetting that there was still a 2.5 billion, ranked 29th highest cryptocurrency in the globe, and our circulating supply at that 6.15 trillion. So I'm sure it's going to wash out in the course of the next couple of weeks. It definitely feels, given how aggressive this sell-off was, and then equally how aggressive this this pump was, this was some form of manipulation or some form of big money moving in and out. Like I said, time will tell with this one. We have seen, however, the global market has moved today, and actually we tend to see Lunar Classic take a bit of a hit when the global market's done. You know, Bitcoin to move 10%, Ethereum nearly 5% is a big run today, all around the same sort of time. So, you know, look at this, take your tinfoil hat on. We need to kind of just stay fast. There's a long way to come, and interesting, I'm going to drop a video later on around Vegas Morph and what he was talking about and how much more there is to come, what they're building in terms of these Terra Rebels and this link back into TFL. I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. We just have to manage it correctly. But look, right now, I think it's time to, you know, sit back, relax, come and join me at 9 p.m. on my live stream. We'll talk all about it. And again, if you're holding your Lunar Classic, or if you've made some good money today, do me a favor, hit that like button. Let's get this out to people so they know what's going on. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.